Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, October 11, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. The number of Americans quitting jobs reaches an all-time high. A professor in Maine causes a campus uproar over gender identity. Some federal judges are refusing to hire clerks from Yale because of the cancel culture. New survey ranks the scariest movies of all time. Also ahead, holy liberalism, Batman. Republicans may win the governor's race in New York. But first, the so-called Great Resignation continues. Data from the Labor Department shows the number of Americans who voluntarily left jobs rose 16% in September, the most since 1990, even though the unemployment rate still stands at 3.5%. Economists say the low figure is caused by millions of adults who simply refuse to work. There are now 10 million vacant job openings in the USA. Students at the University of Southern Maine revolting after a member of the faculty insisted there are only two genders. Graduate Professor Christy Hammer made the remarks during a course entitled Creating a Positive Learning Environment. Well, some students walked out of that course saying, quote, "It is as if we are under personal attack," unquote. The school, however, is standing by the professor, offering an alternative course for those who feel unsafe. Two federal judges appointed by Donald Trump are refusing to hire law clerks from Yale because of the cancel culture at the university. Judge Elizabeth Branch and James Ho launched a boycott of the Ivy League school in September. The pair releasing the following statement, quote, "We are gravely concerned that the stifling of debate at Yale not only is antithetical to this country's founding principles, but also stunts intellectual growth," unquote. A huge embarrassment for Yale. New survey from Reader's Digest lists the scariest movies of all time. Here they are: Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, The Shining, John Carpenter's Halloween, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and number one scariest movie ever, The Exorcist. The film is so disturbing it was banned from being seen in the UK until 1999, when the devil forced Downing Street to relent. In a moment, crazy things happening in New York politics. Right back. Crisp fall temperatures are here. Sometimes you just need a little warmth in the house. My friends at Eden Pure have done it again. I recently got their Gen 40 super heater and cooler. It's perfect to warm the room without turning the furnace on. This heater will save you big money on your heating bills. Just what we need. Eden Pure is having a hard time even keeping them in stock due to high demand. Their products have multiple safety features built in and can be used around pets and kids. You can get $50 off the sale price when you use discount code BILL50, 50. With heating bills expected to increase, please hurry. Go to EdenPure.com, use code BILL50 to get $50 off. That's EdenPure.com, code BILL50 for a $50 savings. Shipping is free. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. New York's governorship usually goes to a Democrat because voter registration in my state is 2-1 against the Republicans. So it would make sense, right? But this year could be very different. The population of New York is 20 million. 3 million residents have fled the state since 2012. The last Republican governor of New York, George Pataki, left office in 2006. A new poll from Trafalgar shows the race for New York governor is now almost a tie. 45% back the Democrat. Kathy Hochul, 43% support Republican Lee Zeldin. The same poll shows a very close race for Attorney General. 46% support Republican Michael Henry, 44% back current Attorney General Letitia James. She is the person who filed a civil lawsuit against the Trump family. Now, the reason the Democrats are losing support is crime. It's simply out of control. On Sunday, 2 teenagers were shot on the front lawn of Lee Zeldin's house in a Suffolk County suburb, while his 16-year-old twin daughters were inside doing their homework. In the last 3 years, the overall crime rate in New York State is up 30%, homicides up 32, shootings 35, robberies 36, home invasions 38, car theft 41. And that's because of the progressive law enforcement. And Governor Hochul does nothing. Crime in the New York City subway, vital to people trying to get to work, up 50% just this year. 3 people were stabbed to death in the transit system within the last 10 days. New Yorkers pay the most state and local taxes in the United States. On average, Albany takes 12% of workers' paychecks here. In total, New Yorkers pay half their salary in federal, state, and county taxes. So it is a disaster in New York State. And Kathy Hochul, the present governor who took over for Andrew Cuomo when he resigned, has sat there and done zero. No problem solving. So yes, Democrats outnumber Republicans 2-1, but even Democrats are saying this has got to stop. That's why Lee Zeldin is very close. Now, national implications. If the Republicans take the governorship of New York State, that will leave only 2 states held captive by the progressive left. California, which is hopeless, and Illinois, which is close to hopeless. But here in New York, there is a very intense race for governor. We will know in 4 weeks if the state is going to be hopeless. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve the message by writing it. If you'd like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. You will like it there. That's where we live. And I hope you consider my new book, Killing the Legends, huge bestseller, and you'll like that as well. In a moment, something you might not know. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years, and interest rates are skyrocketing, as you know. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, predicting recession. So to protect your future, do what I did. Call the only precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. You can get started with a short phone call. They will place physical gold and silver right at your door or inside your IRA or 401k. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Don't wait. You can call them now, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 47 years ago today, a Canadian-born writer launched the new kind of late-night show on NBC. The 90-minute broadcast featured a guest host, cast of 9 comedians, and 2 musical performances a week. Saturday Night Live had arrived. Here is the story. Beginning in 1965, NBC ran the best of Johnny Carson on Saturday evenings. In 1974, the aging Carson wanted the program to run on Friday so he could take that day off. Writer Lorne Michaels pitched his idea to executives for a live variety show on Saturday night and got the green light. He then recruited National Lampoon writer Cornelius Crane Chase, better known as Chevy, to lead the crew, followed by Midwest comedians John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, and Gilda Radner. On October 11th, 1975, Saturday Night Live debuted starring guest host George Carlin. Critics immediately panned the show. Concerned parents claimed the material promoted drugs, premarital sex, and undermined the American political system by mocking President Ford. Despite a slow start, SNL grew a cult following among younger viewers. Within 2 years, more than 12 million people tuned in each week. 12 million. Since its debut, SNL has launched dozens of stars, including Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Adam Sandler, Jimmy Fallon, Dennis Miller, and Norm Macdonald. 25 original sketches have been turned into Hollywood movies, like The Coneheads, Wayne's World, and The Blues Brothers. From Ray Charles to Nirvana, the world's biggest musicians have appeared on SNL. The most controversial was singer Sinead O'Connor, who defaced a picture of Pope John Paul II to protest the Catholic Church. NBC banned her after that. And here's something else you might not know. Despite its reputation and long history, fans are now abandoning Saturday Night Live. Ratings for this year's opening episode plunged 35% compared to last year. Just 4 million people tuned in. As they say in showbiz, it had a good run. Back after this. Bill O'Reilly here. Vidgo, V-I-D-G-O, is a new streaming service that gives you live sports and programming you want at a price you can afford. With Vidgo, I get live sports networks, including ESPN and Fox Sports, along with incredible access to college football games, with 80% of every televised college football game in the first 3 weeks of September. 80%. Vidgo also has a great choice of news and entertainment program, including The First, Fox News, Newsmax, and more. On my new weekly program called Shock and Awe, exclusively on Vidgo, I'll break down the most important issues of the week, asking bold and fresh questions and sitting down for exclusive interviews with America's top news makers. For a limited time, when you sign up for Vidgo, you can also get a copy of my new book, Killing the Legends, free, and get $15 off Vidgo's premium service. So please go to Vidgo, vidgo.com/BillBook. Sign up now. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.